LA's Hip Hop Morning Show, Power 106. We're here with my girl, Tiny.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Do you know I'm super obsessed with Tiny.
You're like Cece's hero.
No, for real. My Shiro.
Oh.
Yes.
That's right. I talked to her on the phone, FaceTime one time.
Yes,
Yes, I remember you good.
Yeah, Tip came through, and I was like, yo, I'm so obsessed with your wife. Like, I love her. I was like, and he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I love her. And he's like, I love her too. Yeah. and then he FaceTimed.
And I think I was talking about how beautiful your hair is.
Thank
so
you. I appreciate it. Like, now I'm geeking up right now. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I got Tiny in front of me. And you've got this new single out, I Fucking Love You.
Yes.
Can we talk about this, please?
Yes, it's my new single, you guys. I just kind of went in and just started writing about just whatever was on my mind. Like, let's just put my story into everything that I write, pretty much, or something that I really know about.
Yeah, because the first line got me. By the way, lately you've been testing my patience.
Yes.
Like, what kind of space were you in? What kind of space did Tip have you in?
I don't know. And this is sometime after New Year's. I came home and I was just on one, and I don't know why. We was together New Year's and everything, but I was in a vibe and something. I just, I don't know.
He was getting on your nerves, huh?
Yeah,
like, Tip, you're getting on my nerves right now.
18 years.
Is it because he was big ass words like expeditiously, concurrently?
I don't know. I just
Indubitably.
We got all dressed up to do nothing, stay in the house. We had like this a very small gathering at the house, and I'm like, why are we getting dressed up? We need to get dressed up. It was just like, whatever. I came home, I was on something.
Do you ever look up the words that he says? Like, do you ever try to
Yes, I do. Because I'm
You
trying
do?
to. I have to sometimes, or I'll have to be like, what does that mean? Like,
vicariously, my vernacular is.
I got a question for you, Tidy. Because of course we know you from Xscape, we know you from the '90s, we know you from television. What's your motivation behind even recording new music in the year 2019? Because it's a whole different game out here. It's a whole new era.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like my fans. I've been getting a lot of people just asking me to do music ever since I did the "What the F You Gonna Do" song, which was in 2012. I've just been getting people requesting me to do more music, and I just wasn't really ready. So I don't know. I've been recording though here and there, and I just always keep it to myself.
Right.
So I recorded this song, and I let my general manager just hear it, and she was like, "Yo, you got to do something with this song." And from there, I just started saying, "Well, let me just get back in the studio," and I started recording more.
Sometimes I wonder because there's such a dynamic when there's a couple and both of you guys are in the entertainment industry. Both of you guys are artists working on your music. I hear a lot of artists say, that's the way they vent. That's the way they kind of medicate and they go through themselves is through their music. So it must be hard though, because some things you want to say, but then you're like, ooh, I don't know if I want to, if he's going to get offensive or be like, did you mean me in that song? You know what I mean? Like, does it happen like that?
Yeah, that does happen. And I mean, I've been like that. I've been in that position too. So I don't really, care what I say, as long as it makes sense and it's truthful. I'm not going to go crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this song, it's respectable because it's basically saying I really fucking love you. I do whatever for you, but you need to get your shit together, pretty much.
Like every woman in a relationship with a man.
Yep.
Right.
Plus, the genre R&B is like you have to be transparent. You have to talk about what you're going through. That's how it resonates with people, right?
Yeah. I mean, I felt like if I'm gonna do it, I should do it and just tell my story because everybody tries to tell it for me.
Right.
So.
But you also tell stories for a lot of people because your pen game is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Talk about that.
I mean, obviously, 20 anniversary of No Scrubs, right? 20th anniversary.
Yes.
You and Candy wrote that?
Yes.
See, I didn't even know that until right now.
Yeah.
When the
Really?
interns told me. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
I should have known better.
She's
but
like, you never heard.
the pen is
Biggest
me.
biggest songs of the 90s.
Man, that song has done numbers for me and Candy. I mean, we just blessed. Ed Sheeran came back and blessed us again.
You got credit for that, right?
Yeah,
for Shape of You.
Yeah.
That's right,
So I'm
Tony. Get them publishing
actually
checks,
about to get a new award for that. For
Scott got
Xscape. Yeah. Thank you.
For Shape of You?
Yep.
Damn. So you got people in trouble, right, with No Scrubs, and then you brought them together.
That's right. I mean, that's the best thing you can do in music.
Can we talk about Xscape's biopic on Bravo? I'm excited about that.
Yes, me too.
Because I watched Just Kicking It.
Okay.
And I loved it. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want it to end.
Yeah,
I really
mean,
didn't.
A lot of people wanted us to come back, and the show did really good. But some of them, some of our members really, I don't think Candy wanted to do another show. I guess she had, with the
Prior
housewives.
commitments, yes.
So we just didn't do another season. But it would have been nice. But, you're going to get more of the story with the biopic. So
you have your say on the biopic and you guys
Yeah.
have your hands in the pot on that?
we definitely do.
Because just like you said earlier, a lot of people want to tell your story.
A lot of people want to tell it. So we're definitely telling our story ourselves, because that's how, this whole biopic started,
Right.
from somebody else trying to tell the story. And it's just going to be watered down. So if you want to get it, like, full-fledged, like everything, we're telling everything.
And are you guys recording music for this biopic too?
Right, the Xscape album, right?
We have talked about recording music, because we were going to re-record some of the old songs and maybe throw in a few new songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Baby making season coming.
I think I heard somewhere you wanted to go back on tour as well with Xscape. And there were
Oh,
some
yeah,
towns
for
you
sure.
didn't get a chance to hit the first time around.
Right. The tour went. It was very successful. It was sold out every city, and we wanted to go longer, but Candy had some prior obligations. So, but this time we're gonna probably wait to after the biopic, and then we'll probably try to pick it back up.
Smart move.
Oh man, I'm
Smart
excited
move.
about it.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's going to see the biopic. They're going to hear the new music.
Right.
They're going to want to witness it for themselves.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope. I got a question, because I was doing my Googles, and you were talking about how, like, you're very fond of marriage counseling.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been that much, but I've been enough to see the difference. I
Right.
see that when she comes in and tells us ways to, try it this way. If yeah, you're right, but if you approach it this way, and maybe he'll receive it this way. And she's just showed us. She gave us homework. She'll have us go home, say, next time I see y'all come back with this. And it just really helped us to find different ways to argue without getting just like explosive.
No,
or
I
too
agree. Like
mad.
when he was telling me that, he was like, "Yeah, she's very fun." I was like, "She's smart." I was like, because sometimes when you are arguing with your significant other, they might listen to somebody else on the outside before they
Right.
listen to you, and maybe somebody can show you how to word it, and you're like, "Oh man, I didn't know how to word it that way," so they can be very receptive to it.
Okay, I got a question.
Exactly.
What do you think one of the biggest things you've learned from marriage counseling was?
Just that maybe that I do not admit to a lot of things. Like,
Tiny's a female, folks. Breaking news.
it's like, I feel like, I'm just going to say, I feel like the little things, that I feel like they're so minute compared to some of the major things he do. So I'd be like, okay, that's what you're complaining about? One of those type of things.
Do you ever wake up and like, damn, we boycotting something else, T.I.?
Yeah.
Even though
I
I be riding with T.I., I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I be riding with him.
He's right, and he does speak up for people.
Right.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
He
that
was,
about
he was
him.
right about Gucci, but at the same time, I'd be like, damn, I can't even wear no Gucci.
I know.
But he was
I be
right,
looking
though. He
at
was
my
right.
stuff like, it's my product. I be like, I can't wear none of this stuff.
Especially you, because T.I. spoke against you.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
Yes.
rocking.
Yeah.
Oh,
You had to
man.
Messing up my
expeditiously throw
Yeah.
all that out.
By the way, you
Right.
could tell they're a couple because she said minute, just
Yeah.
like T.I., just like Tim. Things are minute. I peep game.
Yeah. Can I ask one more question on the marriage tip?
Do you think? I feel like you're going through some stuff.
And
man.
you're single, so
No,
what the hell?
because man, you know how everybody used to say like Bobby and Whitney?
Right.
We might have to say like Tiny and T.I. now,
course,
because
of course.
you guys have kept it together for so long. That's so commendable, especially being people of color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
No,
How have you guys done
Thank
that
you.
for so long?
It's just a lot of love there. We
Yeah.
have things that every time we get pulled away, something pulls us back. And I think most of that is love. Just, we just have a
LOVE.
real bond, even though we have a lot of differences. So it brings us like, okay, we fight,
Yeah.
we go apart, and then we come right back.
And that's the crazy part. We've seen the ups, we've seen the downs, but you guys are still here, man. I love it.
Well, I want to piggyback off of Noah because, pause, super pause, but
Whoa.
just so many eyes on you all the time, right? With the show, because it's a different show now, right? It's T.I. And Tiny,
Friends and family, yeah.
Does it ever become too much? Do you ever want to unplug and just kind of be a mom?
Yeah, every night. I fuss all the time. I'd be like, I got another scene, and but I'm really thankful, and but I do that all the time, and I know that they be like, oh, here she come today. But then, they laugh and we joke about it, but I do it every day.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful because I wouldn't be doing anything, and it's it's a blessing to be able to do it.
I think it's okay to be like grateful and thankful for everything that you're doing, but it's also okay to be tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And people don't understand that. People don't understand the behind the scenes of what you're doing, working, music, being a mom, being a wife. Like at the end of the day, like they gotta give you that slack where you're like, man, I'm just tired at this point.
And they don't really, because we're juggling so many different things. One day I'm trying to be a mom here, then I got to sing here, then I got to come here for the Xscape Awards or this, so it's like they're like, hey, we got to get it in. And I'm like, I don't want to today.
As you should, though, man.
She's like, I'm tired today. You know what I'm saying? I just want to chill.
And now to add another thing on top of your plate, right? Your son is an artist now, right?
Yes,
King, right?
yes.
And he's on tour.
Yes, he's on tour with members only. You guys know that group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay.
now you got to worry about that.
Now I have to, because he's jumping in the crowd. And he wants to crowd surf every day, wherever he's at.
As a mom, that has to make you nervous as a mom.
Yeah.
Yes, and the last time I went to the show, he was like, if it was packed, I would jump down from here. I'm like, what? I don't know what I'm going to do because you cannot do that. He's like, I'm going to do it, Mom.
And you got to be careful with these little thotties, these young girls.
And I tell them that no means no. And don't, they're going to trick you. Women, we trick people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you admitted that. You heard that?
I'm saying, at young ages, y'all trick people too.
That's right.
Never.
Wait,
never.
Tiny. Tiny, you
So
don't know my upbringing.
Everybody's playing the game when you first meet them,
You right?
That's true.
Yeah, you're right.
You always meet somebody's representative until the first year or two in the relationship,
true.
and then
Their
you
character, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a parent, though, is there any? Because I feel like if I had a kid that wanted to get into music or media or hip hop, is there any part of you that's like, don't do it? Just be a scientist, be a lawyer, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because you guys know how this game is,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I just, if that's what their passion is, I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna try to help them and try to guide them. And tell him everything that I know. But like with my son, I'm finding out that he feels his road is totally different from the way, my road was or Tip's road is. So he's like bucking on both of us, like what we think, because he feels like his lane is different and we don't know his lane because this is,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going back
Does he have
and
any
forth.
face
This
tattoos
child, he's not getting any face
All
tattoos.
right, I'm just saying, because that's the new lane.
That's the
Yeah,
new
I know.
wave.
And he would be on that. I know, but I'm
Jumping
not
in the
having
crowd,
it.
Does
face
he hit you
tattoos.
up like to call in favors or whatnot? Just kind of, put a
Oh,
little-
no, he does. He hits me all day. I'm paying for everything, so
Oh,
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He
King, what's going on?
He wants to stay out your lane, but then he wants you to pay for
and he
everything.
harassed.
though.
He wanted a tour bus.
Oh,
He wanted a whole tour bus. He wanted a real tour bus, like what he saw me riding on. And I'm like, King, you're going on a promotional tour, means you're not getting paid.
Talk that talk.
You
Yup.
want me to pay for you to go around on a tour bus?
I'll rent you a white van.
Yeah. How old is
Right.
King now? How old is
He's
King?
14.
Oh, and
14 years old with a tour
Thank
bus. You don't
you.
want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to do
No.
that. Yeah, you know better.
No.
Yeah.
Now, is there anybody going on tour with him, like family member, because he's 14? You know what I mean?
Well, I have Sanchez is like, he's my producer, but he's also like my brother. He's been around for about 25 years now. So he's out there with King, and we have security out there. And then King has his little hype man.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is
So
his
you're like,
friend.
he's secured.
As long as it's
Yeah.
not like Young Joe or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought you're going to be like, yeah, Young Joe's with him. Like, oh, damn.
Tiny, what did you feel, or what were your thoughts when they pulled down Kodak Black's section in the Trap Museum? Like, how'd you feel? Or
I didn't really get into it. I ain't really, getting into this man's beef that's going on, what they got going on. Praying for everybody.
Yeah. That's a very political answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to talk spicy, you can right now.
Yep.
I got you. Bro. Go on. Big Ted got you.
Yep.
But I mean, I didn't even know. To be honest with you, I didn't even know Kodak was in there. To be honest, so
I know I saw a video with Kodak. I don't even know if he knew he was in there.
Yeah, I
Kodak
don't
ain't
think
too
he had
self-aware of what's going on.
oh my gosh, I know, right?
Tiny
Now-
I was gonna say, Tiny ever gonna release a diss record? Just be like, yo.
Have you ever thought about releasing a diss record on T.I.? He just pissed you off and you're like, oh, I'm about to get this
No,
motherfucker.
why would she do that?
no.
Because artists, when you're an artist, sometimes they got some
Yeah,
bars
she's
for
nice
you,
with
don't
the
get it
pen. I'm
twisted.
sure the thoughts.
She's a
I
mother,
mean,
she's a wife.
right. I feel like my songs that I write, they talk about things, but that's not necessarily a diss record.
Right.
It's just my life story. And it's not a diss. I'm not dissing the man that I love.
Exactly.
But T.I. knows you're nice with the pen, though, right? He was.
Yes, he
Okay,
does.
you know, I'm just making, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go back to Mr. Vicariously. When he got that situation with the security guard, he was on his way to go see you, right?
Yeah.
And like when you heard of it, you already knew like, oh shit, Clifford about to go off.
Well, I was actually on the phone with him when he pulled up. We were on FaceTime. So he was basically showing me, like, look, this man sleep. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's sleeping. So he kept trying to get his attention. Finally, he woke up. And, you know, it went from there. He went back. I mean, you know, it just went crazy.
I would have been mad, too, though. Who are you calling?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's Harris. Let
You
me
know
in.
who I
You know,
am?
you see what I pulled up in? You know who I am? You know what I mean?
Like, how checked out is this man to not know?
You heard
T.I.
trap
and Tiny?
music?
And he was just wrong anyway. Why you sleeping on the job? You're supposed to be in
That's
here
like this guy
protecting
here,
people.
Fluffy.
Hey, so I heard that you turned down a role on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, I just felt like I was already doing Tiny and Toya, and I felt like, you know, coming from a show that's just with my name in the title and executive producing, and I didn't feel like I needed to go and be in an ensemble. When
I heard that, I was torn because I do watch that show too. So I was like, damn, man, I really wanted her to be on the show. But then I'm glad because then if you would have been beefing with the ladies, I would have been pissed off.
And
you know what I mean?
That ain't my thing, you know. I mean, I am a fuss box, but I'm not going on there to be beefing with nobody because that ain't what I do. You know, I felt like the best show for me was what I'm doing with my family and friends that we just like vibe. We get along.
So you executive produce all the shows you're on now?
All my shows.
How long you been on in TV? Like how many years has it been that you've been on TV?
Since 2009, I think it was.
Damn, 10 years in the game,
man.
2009.
That's crazy.
Tiny.
Yeah.
That bag is nice, huh? That bag must be really nice.
I mean, you know, it do all right. It pay the bills.
I really want to see a biopic on Tiny and T.I. though too. I do.
You know.
And I want you guys to talk about it because I want you to tell your story. Like, I love the
Yeah.
fact that Xscape is doing it because I really want to see it and I'm going to watch it. I'm a huge Xscape fan. But, like, you know, I would love to see the behind the scenes of you guys and what you guys really do go through because it takes a strong couple to withstand so much bullshit that goes along with being in this industry. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Ooh, we working at it every day.
Can I ask you something? I'm gonna ask you a question. It's kind of like left field, but it happened over the weekend. Chris Brown was trending like on over the weekend. Just I think Bieber said that he was like MJ plus Tupac, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people feel a certain way about Chris Brown, but he's worked a lot with T.I. Like, what are your thoughts on Chris Brown? Like, you
Man,
think
he's talented. I mean, you know, I can't say nothing bad about Chris Brown. I mean, he's everything, and he's a complete artist. You know, he can sing, he can dance, he looks good. He can. I mean, you know, he's got it all. You know, he's a total package. I mean, he can write songs. He's gifted. I mean, you know, I know he's been through his times and his troubles, you know, but a lot of artists have, you know.
I just hope that we don't wait too long to give him his flowers, because, you know, that's been happening a lot lately.
That's true.
Like,
you
we
know,
lose artists.
he definitely deserves them.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with that. Well, let's do this right now. We got Tiny in the studio. You want to go ahead and we're going to jump into your single right now? Yeah. You want to walk it up and talk to the city?
Yeah. Well, y'all got to check my new single out. It's I Fucking Love You.
Hey, I fucking love you, Tiny.
I love you too,
like
girl.
a lot of the dudes in the San Fernando Valley. I fucking love you.
Yes.
That's LA, so you got to have that little twang to it, you know?
Okay. I fucking love you.
Yeah!
I still sound like a country man.
There's a bit that I'm like, damn, I knew I loved her for a reason.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Tiny.
There it is. LA's Hip Hop Morning Show, Power 106.